All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Got another episode for you today. We're going to be riding the Magicycle Deer. Yeah, so let's jump on. Let's turn it on. Oh, there we go. Now it's on. Yes, it's been a while, guys. Wow. I haven't rode a really big bike in a while. This bike is big. I've been riding the 20-inch bikes a little bit because that's just what I've been being sent. Yeah, haven't had a large bike like this in a while. And since yeah, I know what it is. I don't want to say what it is, but yeah, I haven't been on a bike like this size in a while. I miss this bike. Very well balanced, and because I have so many to ride, this one's kind of been on a back burner for a while, but now we got it back out. Let's get it going, man. Yeah, you forget all the beautiful things on a great bike, and this is a great bike. I think I'm gonna go down the city street here rather than going out that way. Actually, no, I want to go out that way because there's something I want to do. Yeah, it's a nice day out, and being that it's a nice day out, Mount Hood is going to be in a picture, so that might be my my thumbnail. The reason I want it to be my thumbnail is I got this bike probably a year ago. It wasn't my first Magicycle bike. My first Magicycle bikes were the Magicycle Cruiser and the Cruiser Step Through. And Magicycle has sent me a total of, I think, 6 bikes. And this bike is one of them. And yeah, it's phenomenal. Yeah, what am I doing? I'm doing 27.5 miles an hour. This battery hasn't been charged since last year. I charged it to put it away, and yeah, that's how long it held a charge. Doing 27.4 miles an hour. Yeah, this bike is full suspension. Just a nice bike. So when Magicycle sent me the Deer, it was the first full suspension bike that I had, and man, you just don't realize until you ride this thing the power and the torque and the nice ride that it is. It's just a nice ride. It bounces nice, feels good. These Deer come in several flavors. Mine's the Step Over, but they also have the Step Through, and the Step Through seems to be the more popular one right now. Yeah, so you'll notice we're starting to get back into making a few more videos here. We have had such a rainy season and cold, and I just have not had the wherewithal to get out and ride bikes. It's just too cold for me. I mean, you can see, you know, when I just did that, right? You just hit the throttle a little bit and it wants to go. Powerful bike. Bike has 96 Newton meters of torque, 750 watts, 20 amp battery. This is another thing too. Magicycle is one of the first bike companies that came out with 52 volts. Most of them were 48, and now others are moving up to 52. I guess because you get more batteries in a 52 than you do a 48 for the same amount of amps, and therefore you get longer rides. It really is about rides. I don't know what he's sitting here for, but I'm going to go around him. Or she. Yeah, I'm coming out here. I want to take a picture of Mount Hood with a bike in it to celebrate a year of this bike in my possession. I think the first rides I got had the Mount Hood in it, and I want this one to have Mount Hood in it. This bike is just a fast bike. Doing 28 right now, and I'm on definitely flat surface, if not a little bit of elevated surface. 28.2. There it is. Yeah, it's a nice day, man. It's about 66 degrees. And beautiful, beautiful day. All right, guys, we made it to the church. Now we've turned around and we're gonna head back. Again, I don't know if I caught some of this because I turned the camera off at some point. Anyway, this Magicycle bike here has cruise control. I didn't hold it long enough. Give me a second and we'll turn cruise on and we'll just ride back towards the house. And there it is, cruise is on, my hand is off. Yeah, this bike is fast, man. I'm going against a headwind because I'm heading east. If you can see Mount Hood dead out in front of me, that's dead east to me. And we have an east wind coming out of the gorge at 11 to 13 miles an hour, and gusts up to 26. The gusts were heavier this morning. I don't feel the gusts so much right now. Yeah, this is still probably my favorite bike. This and the Deer Mini, probably my favorite bike. I don't talk about favorite bikes generally because I like riding them all, but this is one of my favorites for sure. It just has a good feel to it. Magicycle did a good job designing the bike. Yeah, so if you want a really good bike and you got a decent budget, I think this is about an $1,800 or $1,900 bike right now when they have it on sale. They'll usually take about $500 off because it's been around a $2,500 bike. Then I've seen it for 22, but when they have a sale on it, I would say pick it up because it's a great bike. It's a bike that you're not going to go wrong with owning. Setting the parameters in the bike are really easy and simple to do. And the thing I really like about it is it's not super complicated. It's not one that you have to really think about how to operate it. It doesn't have the little cards that turn it on and power it off. It does have a locking mechanism where you can put a passcode in to keep people from turning it on. But it's a bike, guys. It's an electric bike. It's not an electric gadget bike. And I like that. I do have bikes that have a lot of gadgets on them. I'm thinking of one in my head right now. I don't play with it much, in fact hardly at all, but it's an Aventon and it's an Aventon Gen 3, I think, and it just got too many bells and whistles, too much Bluetooth, too much of all the other stuff that for me I don't utilize. I want to get out, turn the bike on, and start going. And that's exactly what this bike has been for me. So I'll tell you another little funny story here. So I went to get a sub with my wife the other day. We went and got a sandwich. My wife said, I'm going to make the simplest order you ever had. And the guy's like, or the person was like, okay. And she goes, I'll have a half a sub, tuna. He goes, do you want cheese? And she said, nope, tuna. And he put the tuna on. She goes, that's it, wrap it up, I'm done. And guy really has no personality, actually. The person has no personality. So of course they get to mine, and I'm like, oh, yep, foot long. I want this. I want that. I put all kinds of stuff on it. We get done, and I go to pay them, and it was, I don't know, $23. So when I paid them, I gave them $24. And I said, you can put the change in your tip jar, and here's a couple of more bucks for the tip jar. And they handed me the sub, and I said, thanks, bro. And they said to me, first off, I'm not your bro. And I'm hard of hearing, so I have my hearing aids in, but I wasn't paying much attention. But they said, first of all, I'm not your bro, and I go by the pronouns she and her. But with my hearing problem, I said, I thought they said he and her. I'm like, okay, all right, you can be whatever, I don't care, don't matter to me. And I still tipped, I still gave the money, I still did everything I was gonna, but I was a little perplexed by it. And I turned around with my sandwich, and I said, all right, we'll see you later, man. And my wife kind of looked at me, and so we get outside, and she said, well, at least man sounds like ma'am. And I said, what? And I said, they said their pronouns are he and her, and she said, no. The person said she and her. I'm like, oops. And there was another lady standing in line, and she was listening, and she heard it. And when I turned around, I was in between chairs to get out tables, and she's like, oh yeah, it's a little difficult getting out of here, isn't it? I'm like, yeah. But here's my point. We older people make mistakes with this new generation pronoun stuff. And I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. I'm not trying to say you're right, I'm right, whatever. What I'm going to tell you is this. When someone says, first off, bro, no, first off, I'm not your bro, instantly, the back hairs come up. Okay. And so, if someone makes a mistake, don't be ignorant about it. Just say, oh, I go by, my name is Miranda, or whatever. They didn't have a badge on, so I couldn't tell. I did see they were wearing a skirt, but I've seen the same person in there wearing football attire and a beard. Now they don't have the beard. I don't know. I've called them bro before. It's not like it's my first time in there. So, the part that's my fault is I am a nice person, and I like calling people thanks, bro, or thank you, mama, or whatever, right? The first thing people should do is go, oh man, I go by, my name is Miranda, or whatever, or my name is Jonathan if you're the other, right? I'm not a terrible person. Don't act like a terrible person. But anyway, yeah, that's my, I thought it was kind of funny because what do you do? What do you do? Anyway, you don't talk to customers like that. That's the point. You can talk to your company, your staff that way, or who you work for, but you don't talk to customers that way because, you know, they may not be a customer again, and it's no fault of the owner or the business. It's the fault of a staff or a wait staff that acts ignorant. But I'm a little tougher skinned than that. I'm going back anyway because I like subs, so, and it's the closest one to me. Anyway, yeah, get out of that conversation. Let's get back to the bike. Yeah, I've missed this Magicycle. I haven't did a Magicycle video in a while because I've just been, well, one, winter here in Oregon. This is awful. And two, probably for the last 6 months, I've had so many bikes to review and so many bikes to make videos on that Magicycle hasn't sent me any. So you know, I've done my duty for them, and now that summer's here, I'm not really going out and referencing people to give me bikes. I get the ones that they send me because they're interested in me, not because I'm interested in them. So I get a few. I've turned down a bunch, but that allows me to ride some of the ones that I love. Now, for me, not for you guys, but you know, if you're a bigger, taller guy and you don't mind stepping over, I don't mind stepping over the bike. I just lean it over and get on it. But their step-through bike is beautiful. And I think if I were to get another one, I would get a step-through Deer. Because they're just, I think they're stunning looking bikes. They're very pretty, very elegant, fun to ride. In my year on this bike, in my 2 years with Magicycle, I was one of the first ones to get a Magicycle for review. I've been doing Magicycles for more than 2 years, and very glad I made friends with them. I'm friends with their staff, and they're just good people, which makes Magicycle good people. And I've always said Magicycle is a 5-star company. I think they got 5-star customer service. But heck, what a bike. Well worth getting one. I would highly recommend. This is again, like I said, here, I'm gonna break here. Like I said, this is one of my favorite, gosh, I got it so dirty now. This is one of, if not my favorite bike still. I wish I would have had a rack on it. I didn't get a rack on it, but this and the Deer Mini. The Deer Mini is, this thing just shrunk down. Beautiful bike. Look at that thing. Love the space gray on it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want one of these Magicycles, look in the description below. You'll find a link and a code. Order yourself one, and I would recommend this bike to anybody. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next episode.